Hey everybody, it's Tafony here once again. Hope you're doing well. Today we were rambling about the AJH Synth Wave Swarm. It sounds like this. Alright, before we jump into this one, I just need to give a huge thank you, a huge shout out to our good Euro pal Mariusz, who lent me these AJH modules to cover. Huge thank you. Half of my videos are on his stuff, so I really appreciate it. So what is it? It is an analog wave animator. So what is that? Basically taking a single waveform. Usually you want to do this with, we're going to try a bunch of different things, but usually you want to do this with either a ramp or a saw wave. Let's go back to the other, and basically creates unison by, I'm going to use the word copying. I don't know if copying is the right word, but allowing you to detune a whole bunch of copies of that same sound. And right now you'll hear just the dry signal, and then a bit of a housekeeping thing here too. You'll notice I'm using that ramp wave out of, or the saw wave out of the mind phaser. That's going in on the green trace here. Hopefully you can see it in the corner on the screen as well. Green trace in on the top, and then out on this other green lead into the wave swarm, and then out on this blue cable that's monitoring on the second half. So I want to point something out real quick here as well, that there is a gain stage on here. So there's another level of wave shaping in a little bit of a way. Like, you'll notice there it is changing a little bit, right? And it will actually do a little bit of square wave clipping from what I'm seeing. So be aware of that as well, that there is a little bit of consideration to make there. I'll also say, I know I'm also dying to get into the sounds as well, but these are cascading. So if you only put one input on the input A, you don't need to self-patch out of the A back into the B and then out of the master, although I might try that as well, if you can like feedback loop it or something. But there is another gain stage in here if you're doing the cascading in, right? Because you get control of all 12 wave animators this way. So keep in mind, and if you use both of them, you can really, really crank the gain. It will show you when it's overdriving with this orange LED, so you can basically, if you want to keep it as, I don't know, as normal as possible, or as transparent as possible on the gain front, which I probably won't want to do, but let's see. It's pretty easy to just kind of bring it up to hit the orange LED and then back it off a little bit, which does end up being at noon, I believe, so we're squaring it off a hair. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. What you're here for is the animator. So they're all different LFO ratios, and you basically control the depth with all of these fixed knobs. And again, because it's cascading, I can apply all 12 stages of wave animation to one waveform, but you could also use this independently and apply 6 to each, but let's just see how it sounds. This is my first time jumping into it, so we're going to explore it together. Bring that back in. There's a filter on it. I have it all the way open, but it is going to roll off a little bit of the high end. I'm just going to filter sweep just to show you that there's no resonance at all. Yeah, because we will definitely want to use that later on in the patch. So let's hear it now. Different LFOs at different speeds, and you can see my wave shape moving a little bit. If we crank it, the whole thing is going to start beating. And notice the drive is blinking too, which is interesting. Because I think this is just animating the basic waveform, right? Here, let's turn that up. Bring that down a little bit. Bring in a little bit of all of them, I'd say. And this is where it starts to sound really nice. We're getting a little bit of animation. Crank it up a little bit, crank it up on both just to see. I think it goes, slower ones are on the top, so you get more like beating on the slow ones because it's really and I don't like that as much, so maybe these faster ones? Yes. Oh, that one sounds really good. It's almost some PWM I'm hearing. Oh, that sounds amazing. I just live for these animators. So maybe we'll just turn off all of the second stage and pretend, well, maybe we'll just listen to one. So here's one. Maybe we'll just listen to all the ratios too. That might be the best way to demonstrate it. So here's the first one. There's no way to clock this. There's no way to modulate it either. So just keep that in mind, that you know, that is the modulation that's baked into it, and that's totally fine. I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything else, basically. Let's hear. So that was the second one. So that one's definitely like PWM territory. It's interesting. And I don't know if that's because it's the wave shape that we're using. See just how different this is from the incoming signal on green. Let's take out those ones. Let's do the two. This is 4. But the best sounds are going to be when you mix them all in. This is 6. I just love that PWM-y stuff. Bring them all in. Interesting, if I take the dry all the way down. Oh, crank it all the way up and stuff too. Okay. We are overdriving a little bit, so I'll bring it down a little bit on the filter side. Let's bring the other ones. Reverse our waveform, see how that sounds? Really doesn't change much. Oh, I am messing with the second set of animators without even listening to them on the output. So let's hear that now. Out A and B. think that was overdriving a little too much there. Let's pitch it up a little bit. Now we're getting like THX theme territory, which I really love. Filter sweep for fun. Yes, this is where I want to be. Now I'm adding resonance here. Let's add a little bit of reverb. And honestly, this is like, those are the noises I'm in. This is what makes, I don't know, I'm trying to be poetic and I shouldn't be, but like this is like what makes Eurorack worth it. Like I don't know how to find something that crazy elsewhere. I know there is ways, but this is what I'm here for. Interesting, you can turn the drive all the way down and it's still... It's in there. Yes. Let's try reverse it. It does sort of change how the beating works. Let's try square wave for fun. I don't think these are really doing anything. If you do one output. No, this didn't work on the Super Saw either. I think that's part of it being analog, but if we do triangle wave, oh, that actually sounds like more Super Saw-y than the Saw did. Interesting. So that's triangle, go back to the Saw. Yeah, it does sound really good. Yeah. And for fun, Instro Sage? No. Nope. Hey dog, I heard you liked Super Saws, so I put wave animators on your Super Saw, and it kind of just made it sound thinner. Anyway, let's go back to the triangle, because that was really fun. What if we did a sine wave? I don't know. This is alpha, right? Bring it up to audio rate. That actually sounds really good too. Huh. I think there's some level of folding that's happening at the input level too, right? Because we're getting some stuff going on. Let's do both outputs. So you're running both animators. Just crank. Let's just dime everything for fun. Yeah. Actually, hey, sounds pretty sweet. Let's filter it. Add a reverb. A little bit of delay. Yeah, this is what I'm after. Go back to our triangle. No, let's go back to our saw. A little bit less resonance. I don't know. That sounds huge. People always say that they love designing pads when it comes to desktop synthesizers. I never hear that admiration or people talk about it as much in Eurorack. It's always like bleeps and bloops, but like, I don't know, I feel like things like this, it really excels at them. I don't know. What else could we do that's fun? It's a pretty simple module, and that's just fine. I mean, Super Sator also sounded great. You know, let's, for fun, let's hit them out head to head, because I feel like these are the two easiest comparisons, right? There's definitely some gain, big gain difference. I'm definitely overdriving it on the way in, which is interesting because I had the dry all the way cranked, or all the way down, so it's overdriving the output somewhere. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. So this is our dry in. Maybe I'll crank that up. We gotta turn our reverb and delay off though, so here it is. I'll bring up the volume. Let's bring in the mix. It's definitely a different flavor, right? Like, You just get one macro for spread. Which kind of acts like a wave shaper even at the lowest one. Which is cool. Now you can animate this with CV and stuff, which you can't do on the Wave Swarm, but I don't know, there's like a level of gain staging here that's kind of putting it into PWM territory that I really like too. I don't know. If you don't wave animators, I want to try the Surge one as well because I've heard really good things about that. That one's like a classic, I guess. But hopefully try that one out soon. Now what happens if we put like FM in here? I don't know. Yeah, that's a Vert Interlegio. Wow. Funny that one will go. Look at that wave shape. Look at that. That's I'm here for that, honestly. Damn. Funny the things it does and doesn't work on. Let's try Piston Honda. I don't know, what's the most complex wave shape we can throw at it? I don't know. Pretty easy, or pretty open to being mangled in ridiculous ways without limitations, if that makes sense. I'm a huge fan of digital too, but I just don't know if it would accept something this crazy. If you know a digital wave animator, you let me know. Alright, having too much fun once again. Whew. Reverb. Delay. Distortion. High pass. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, do all that crap that YouTube is always on my case about not promoting to you. Take care, and I'll talk to you in the next video.